Blackhawks fall 5-1 to the Panthers. Yet another game where the Blackhawks struggle offensively. Unfortunately, that's been a trend as of late. We've had a lot of kind of boring games here over the past 2, 3, 4 weeks, really, where the Blackhawks just struggle to generate offensive chances. They don't get a lot of shots on goal. They just can't score, simply put. Now, the last two games, have been kind of fortunate. We've seen back-to-back shootout games, games that the Blackhawks compete pretty well in, and then we get back to tonight and just kind of another downer. Couple stats here from this last little stretch of games. The Blackhawks have scored just 11 goals in their last 7 games. The power play, which went 0 for 3 tonight, is now 0 for 17 over the last 7 games. Blackhawks also haven't recorded 25 plus shots since January 12th. Shout out Jack Bushman for compiling that all into a Twitter post to make it easy for me to read on here. But just kind of goes to show the offense is struggling. Blashill admitted that he's kind of searching for answers right now in terms of line chemistry and power play success. The power play confidence, he also noted, has taken a bit of a hit, which is kind of going to happen when the power play just continues to struggle. 0 for 17, no power play goals in the last 7 games. Just not clicking at all, and the lines haven't been clicking either. Heading into tonight's game, the Blackhawks, or Blashill, was trying more with Bedard and Burakovsky up on the top line, but that didn't even last a full period, as Blashill was already shuffling lines before that first frame ended, and he continued to do so all night. I want to read out the ice times for tonight's game because I think they're really as close together in terms of up and down the roster as we've seen all season. No one played less than 16 shifts, and no one outside of Bedard had more than 21 shifts. Donato played 11:50. Moore played 15:45. Dickinson played 16:28. Foligno played 13:23. Green played only 13:27. Burakovsky 15:50 only for him. Bertuzzi 18:18. Lardis 14:10. Slaggert 10:53. Nazar 18:07. Mikheyev 18:09. And Bedard 17:41. That might be a season low for Connor. I can't remember the last time he's played that little in a game. Now, I stand corrected. It's not a season low, but it is one of his lower ice times of the season. Usually he's up in the 20-plus minute range, but not tonight. I don't think it's to the fault of his own, though. He did finish as a -3, just 3 shots on goal in this one, which I guess has kind of been an average. He had 0 in last game, so at least he got a couple to the net. But yeah, just really no one was able to generate much this game. The only Blackhawks goal came from Tyler Bertuzzi, but the play was really set up by Wyatt Kaiser, who I thought was probably the best Blackhawk tonight. He had a great keep in, made a move at the blue line, fed Mikheyev, who was able just to move it to Bertuzzi in front of the net. Bertuzzi made a nice move to finish the job there. So he gets his 25th goal of the season, snaps a 5-game goalless drought that he was on. Defensively, looking at the ice time, Levchinov led Blackhawks defenders with 21 minutes, 47 seconds of ice time. I guess it's a decent sign. He did look a little bit better in this game, though I still think this last couple games might not have been the best for him, but Blashill playing him a lot. His ice time is really indicative of what Blashill thinks of his game. If he's not going, then Blashill's just not going to play him, but if he is going, he's going to play a lot. Also, the Blackhawks trying to generate some stuff offensively probably helped his ice time in this one. Levchinov did have 4 giveaways that he was credited with in this one. I don't usually look at giveaways unless they're very a little bit out of the ordinary, and 4 giveaways is a lot for a single game, but either way, it didn't really matter because the Blackhawks fall 5-1, the final score. I'm going to get into the takeaways over on Twitter at Blackhawks Focus. First one says, Blashill admitted that the power play has been struggling, so why not make some changes? Maybe put Lardis on PP1 instead of Berkey, or maybe swap Lev for Kaiser. Something needs to click on the power play with an already good PK. I completely agree. I'd be completely fine if they did change up the power play a little bit. They did kind of earlier in the season. There were times where, Tavo was playing top unit. He got demoted. Burakovsky came up for a few games. They kind of shuffled who was on the top unit, and it worked. The Blackhawks were 7th in the NHL in terms of power play before this 0 for 17 streak that they're on right now. So I don't know why they haven't really been looking to make any significant changes to the power play here over the last few games. I definitely would be cool if Lardis is up on PP1, though I think him with Moore has actually been a pretty decent combo on PP2. But Kaiser for Lev, I would totally agree with. I would love for Wyatt Kaiser to get power play time. I feel like I've been advocating it for like the entirety of this YouTube channel's existence. Ever since I've been making videos, I've kind of been advocating for it. I'm a big Kaiser fan, and I think the only goal that the Blackhawks scored today is just kind of a little bit of a taste of what Kaiser can do, walking the blue line, working the blue line, and facilitating play in the offensive zone. I would love for Kaiser to get some power play time, even if it's on the second unit. I really don't get why we have Matt Grzelcyk running the second unit. Like, he's fine, like he's not bad at doing it, but he's not going to be with the team. Let's give Kaiser like someone who was going to be with the team for a while. Like, let's give him a little bit of run, see what he can do, especially when you have some power play options that you can work with in the AHL right now. Just give Kaiser a look on one of the units. That's what I would advocate for. But yeah, I would love to see them switch up the power play a little bit. Seems like they haven't done that over the past few games for whatever reason. Started off strong but ran out of gas. Florida showed us why they have won back-to-back cups and made teams like the Oilers cry. Kaiser was strong, and so was Burt. And yeah, I would agree with that. I think Florida just played, the style of hockey we saw them play in the playoffs, which is they'll get a lead and then they'll just play really almost boring hockey, but it's good hockey where they just clog up the neutral zone, clog up the defensive zone, and then they get pucks in deep and force you to try to have to generate on them. And the Blackhawks could not do that today, and the Panthers were really able to just kind of coast to a win, just get to the red line, get it in deep, and the Blackhawks really were struggling to generate anything offensively. Probably the worst 6-on-5 team of all time. I can't remember. I kind of wonder when was the last time the Blackhawks scored a goal with the empty net, because I don't remember. Like, I literally don't remember the last time that happened. I don't know if that's happened all season is what it feels like. Not sure what happened in the third. Berkey needs to get dropped down in the lineup. I'm ready to deal Murphy and Grzelcyk. I want to see Korch and Renzel get the last 25 to 30 games they play, no matter what, through mistakes, etc. Yeah, I mean, I'll be fine with that. I'm going to come out with a video here in the next few days, kind of previewing the two trade deadlines I guess we have, though I don't think the Blackhawks are going to make any moves before the Olympic break. The trade deadline is going to be shortly after players resume play in late February, so I might just get ahead of the curve there and make a little bit of a trade kind of preview video on a few guys, share a few of my thoughts. But yeah, I'm definitely cool with dealing Murphy and Grzelcyk. I agree. I would like to see what we have in guys like Renzel and Korchinski here in these last few months, in the last couple months of the season. Now, I'm not going to get too much into it right now. I'll save it for that video. And then in terms of Berkey dropping down in the lineup, Blashill's really just searching for answers up and down the lineup. He actually dropped Burakovsky off Bedard's line to start last game, and it just didn't really work. I think he was back up with Bedard like before the end of the first period. So I'm honestly in favor of shaking up the lineup. If they can just find something that works, that would probably be good. We'll see tomorrow at practice. I think they practice tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. They probably will, though. We'll see if they change up the lines yet again, and who knows if those lines tomorrow will even stick for the game Tuesday night in Minnesota. That'll be the next one, so that may not be the next video. I might do that trade video tomorrow, but the next post-game recap will be after that game in Minnesota, so I'll see you then.